Guys, don't ever feel like you don't have a chance. Like, there's so many times during the whole process, like all the time we'll be like to each other, like, oh, we're not even gonna get in.
Yeah.
What's the point in applying?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I was not gonna go to my interview. That's how much I said I'm not gonna get in. I was not gonna go.
Like, literally, you have nothing to lose from applying.
Yeah.
If you know that you've got the grades, the persistence, if you know that it's a course that interests you, please don't feel like you can't apply, because it's worth applying in the end. The worst is that they reject you. Okay, life does not end, I promise you. So, like, don't ever feel like you can't apply. No, but big man, what do I say?
You say hi, guys.
So people are really watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Renee.
Okay. Hi guys. That's the enthusiasm.
It's a bit more still, isn't it?
Okay, fine. Grab some tea. Grab your biscuit.
Grab a cup of tea. Grab a hot biscuit.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you're all doing good. I have my friend here with me today.
Hi guys, my name's Renee.
This is Renee.
Yeah, I just said that, but it's alright.
This is Renee. And you may have heard about her all the time in my videos. This is one of my best friends, my sister, my Cody, you know. How long have we known each other now? The thing is, we went to the same secondary school, but we weren't like
close like that.
Because we're on two separate halves of the year group, and so we were pretty much never seeing each other. But then we were in the same French class for GCSE.
That was banks. Pure banks. I did not take that seriously at all.
Not a single bit. And then sixth form came, and that's when the bond formulated. My G.
So I go to Oxford University. Bang bang. No, seriously. Okay. So yeah, I go to Oxford University. I go to Keble College and I study history. I got 10 A stars at GCSE, and for AS I took history, English lit, chemistry, and drama and theatre studies. I got 3 A's and a B at AS, and I got the B in chemistry. I dropped that so quickly. Just bye. That was not for me at all. Jeez. Oh my goodness. And yeah, and then for A level I got 2 A stars and an A, but I also picked up an EPQ, which is extended project qualification, in my A2 year, and I got an A star in that.
So all over your A2s you got 3 A stars and an A.
Yeah.
Obviously I go to Cambridge University. I'm at Robinson College. 4 AS. Oh, and I study human, social and political sciences. I'm going to specialise in sociology. For my GCSEs I got 4 A stars, 5 A's and a B. For my AS levels I did English literature, history, sociology and mathematics, and I got 4 A's. And then at A2 level, level, I had dropped mathematics and I was doing English lit, history and sociology, and I got A star, AA.
But our teachers really wanted her to carry on with all 4, yeah.
It was not gonna happen.
Not advisable.
How can you take 4 A levels and your 4th A levels in maths? No way! It's suicidal. It's suicidal
at all.
What made you apply to either Oxford or Cambridge?
Wow, that's a mad question still. It's very difficult, but to be honest, one thing I would stress is that you need to do your research. And research comes in like so many different forms. So like researching your course, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's hard. It's difficult. It's struggle. So research your course and make sure it's a course that you actually like, especially at a particular university. So like for me, my course is split up into like 4 different sections in prelims, and what really got me was like the range of choice that you get, especially because like right now we're in the middle of like curriculum reform, so it's encompassing more diverse like countries and diverse kind of lines of subject, if that makes sense. So putting a real global perspective on history and stuff. So yeah, I would say research also. I went to both of the summer schools. Yeah, that's a bit greedy still, but I was like, no, I need to know, like.
Swear, she went to Oxford summer school, Cambridge summer school in the same summer.
It was a long summer, to be honest with you, but little things like atmosphere. and college choice. So like when I was at Cambridge University, I stayed at Churchill, and like for me it looked like a cabin. So I really did not want to. I mean, it really looked like a cabin, and it was really out there, like out there.
Yeah,
out there.
No, Churchill was far. Like I'm quite far. Anyway, I'll move on to
yours is. Anyways, when we get to that, we'll get to that. I just like the vibe a little bit more.
Yeah.
In Oxford, I suppose.
Yeah.
When I visited. So, yeah.
For me, the reason why I had to choose Cambridge over Oxford was because Oxford doesn't do my course.
Yeah.
Oxford doesn't do my course, and Cambridge just seemed like it was. Oxford seemed a bit more traditional to me than Cambridge. Like I felt like Cambridge was a bit more like we don't wear gowns to exams. Like it was just more like laid back. But obviously equally as challenging.
And originally I was going to apply to Balliol, but I was like, literally the day before that we were supposed to send in our applications because we have to do an admissions test if you go to Oxford. I changed to Keble because my mentor went to Keble and he was like, oh, everyone's really friendly there. And I was like, oh, cute. I need people to be friendly. But then also I did a little bit of like last minute research on Keble and they had like a high percentage of state school students, which I really needed in my life. Also like room choice, offered accommodation like for 3 years, and they were like high percentage of chance that you'll get en suite, so like we had this discussion before, we don't believe in like shared bathrooms. We don't believe in that, like because it's a bit long.
Not gonna lie, I went to summer school in Durham, so I didn't know about Cambridge colleges, and Durham was the first time I was exposed to a collegiate system, and our school didn't really know about many colleges. So when I was looking for a college, I just picked based on which college has the majority of en-suites and is close to the centre of town. St. John's College. So
there's more.
I now apply to St. John's College. I now apply to St. John's College, very unaware that they are the only college which sits 4 entry criteria for my course. Send us 2 essays, sit a thinking skills assessment test, sit a written exam test, and have 3 interviews. The only college. There's a good like 30 colleges, but that's the only college that now wants you to sit 2 tests on the day of your 3 interviews. So you know.
When did you find out?
After I sent my application. So I sent my application and Chelsea, God bless her, comes up to me. This was a girl from our 6th form. Comes up to me, she's like, Courtney, do you have to take the thinking skills assessment test? And I'm like, nah, I don't. Like HSBS is cool like that. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I know. Now go and check the website. Thinking skills assessment test. Written 40-minute test. What? So yeah, I then ran to my 6th form office. I actually confidently picked up the phone and said, hello, is this St. John's College? They said, yeah. I said, can you please remove my application and send it to another college? They were like, we can't do that. Well, I'm not getting into Cambridge then.
Oh, it was actually so cute.
Yeah, and then I went to my interview. I hated the vibe of St. John's College. It was such an old place. Like it was just it just felt too traditional for me. Like I don't really appreciate old castle-y buildings. I don't really, like it's pretty, but I don't really care. So I was happy to be pulled to Robinson. And I feel like I'm much happier here than I would have been anywhere else. But yeah. Definitely do your research into colleges, the atmosphere, look at what people have to say about it.
Also, just like standard, if you do apply to Oxford, you will sit an entrance an admissions test. Yeah. But I wouldn't worry about that too much because of the way the testing actually is, especially for like humanities. So I sat the history aptitude test and that's normally in like November. And I remember freaking out because I was like, they were like, oh, basically you need to pass. But your pass mark may be different to someone else's because of like contextual factors. So like, I don't think anyone in my school had gone to Oxford before. So like their pass for us was a little bit low. It's kind of peak still. It's like, what are you trying to say? Do you know what I mean? But it's good in that sense so that they are aware of like external barriers that may be in your way. Also, like you don't have to learn content for like some humanities tests, or at least for history that I know. They tend to give you something that's really like out there that no one has really touched in their like A-level syllabus. So like, I remember opening the paper, like the practice paper, and I really saw, you know, like Germany in like 15th century. I said, what?
What's this?
Excuse me, can we call it French? It's not working here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Okay, personal statement and extracurricular.
Oh God. Well, we really did the most in year 12, you know.
Did we? We did the most.
To-do list was the most. I don't even.
We did them. I'm not even gonna lie. We actually did. What were we? We were both deputy head girls.
We were called the t-shirts and everything.
Yeah, we had the t-shirts. We were both mentors.
Yeah.
What were we? We both went to Houses of Parliament. We both went to Sutton Trust Summer School. We had both done work experience like previously. Extracurricular.
Oh, we went to that United Nations thing.
Oh, we went to a mock UN. We were really doing ouchie.
We were doing the most.
Yeah, like we didn't play any sports or anything, but...
Sorry.
Soz. Oh, I was in gospel choir. Pretty much, we had a lot of extracurricular.
We did.
Yeah, we did. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, what about writing your personal statement? Writing your personal statement is the most complex and strenuous thing. It's horrid.
Like, we really had like 20 drafts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you'll read your personal statement, like the first time you've done it, you'll think, oh, I'm a G, like I've accomplished a lot, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then your teacher will really look at it and said, what's going on here?
Who are you?
Your spelling?
Are you still there?
Like, your grammatical,
Grammar.
what's going on here? This doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't.
Does not
Then
make
you will
sense.
go back and read it and think, wait, was I drunk?
Like,
Under the influence?
was I a bit stupid? Like,
Was I a bit stupid?
I mean...
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. Like, you will go back and read your personal statement, your first draft, and really think, no, this would not have got me in. And I think the majority of the time it's changing the wording of stuff. Especially if you're going to Oxbridge, you know what to put in there, but it's changing the wording of how you put it. And I'm not going to lie, personal statements for Oxbridge are quite academic. Like, that when you start reading them, it's almost going to sound like it's an essay for a particular like question. And that's because you have to make it really tailored to your course. Like, you have to show
that interest.
Yeah, you have to show that you're interested in your course at Oxford or your course at Cambridge. Like, it's not just a general, you know, when I was 4 I used to ride the boat and we used to go sailing.
When I was 2, I knew I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, it's them bars there that they hate. From the time I entered this world and I took my first breath, I knew I wanted to go to the University of Cambridge.
Imagine, like, a brick fell on my head one day. You know, like Isaac Newton, the apple, brick fell on my head. I said, wow, I'm gonna do engineering.
And some people come out with stuff like that. You need to be careful. Okay, Oxbridge, I think they don't like people like that.
They don't.
They don't.
Like,
they
people
will
do
rarely
the most.
invite you into interview
really
if you do the most. They don't like it.
But at the same time, like, don't be afraid to be different, but just make sure you're smart about it. Like, certain content, make sure you choose something that you're actually interested in. So, like, in our personal statements, we'll talk about like books that we've read.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, if you put a book that you've read and you get to interview stage,
they will ask you about it.
Listen, you need to listen. Listen, yeah, you need to read the book.
You need to know
you
the
need
book
to read the book
inside and the outside.
Because they will really, when we get to interviews, hey, I have an unfortunate story for that one. But
also,
it was actually too unfortunate.
Shout out to Rebecca. That's everybody's interview struggle.
Oh my goodness.
What would I even say? Also for Cambridge, you have to do like, what's it called? A supplementary application something. So it's basically filling in like a little, you have your personal statement, but then you have another like space where you have to write like a paragraph or two on why you want to come to Cambridge. Just in case you're worried about, you know, making your personal statement sound so tailored to Cambridge that your other 4 university options are going to be like, what, like just sightings in this party. But yeah, like backup dancers. But definitely that supplementary application will allow you to tailor it a bit more to Cambridge. Interviews. You had your interview before, man, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay, so for Oxford, for history, you have 2 interviews. One is going to be source-based, so you'll probably get a source like 2-3 hours beforehand, and you have to read it, annotate it, etc, etc. I promise you it will not be something that you've come across. I promise you there'll be something. And then the second one is more like based on the essays that you've sent in. This is where the problem starts to come. So at the time I was interested in like civil rights and stuff, or like for example French Revolution, because like I was thinking of doing my EPQ in that. And I said I wanted to, you know, hand in an essay that was, you know, that subject. So but at that time we were doing like Tudor England, and they wanted a recent essay, and my teacher was like, oh, send in a recent essay, it's fine. But I didn't know much about like Tudor England. Literally, like, you know, when you write an essay and then they ask you, oh, what else do you know? I don't think they understand that that's all you know. Like if I knew more,
I would have put it in.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just did not understand at all. So sent in that essay. I was like, oh, it's cool. So like, get to Oxford, you know. Just one advice I would give you is don't be fazed by anyone. Like, genuinely, they're not looking for someone that's like the poshest or the smartest, etc, etc. They're looking for the way that you think and genuine like interest in your subject. So like first, you know, interview, first interview was a source-based interview. I got a source from, it was like medieval Germany. I don't know what, I think it was a theme that year, do you know what I mean? Medieval Germany about kingship and ritual. I'm reading their source on the German kingship, I'm not making sense of it at all. Get into the interview, and then, do you have them low chairs in your interviews?
Hey, the chairs are low, you will just collapse. And it will throw you off.
Listen, that was even the biggest throw off. You come in, they'll be like, yeah, take a seat. You sit down and you fall inside. Into
the pits of hell.
Inside the, slide.
You actually slide into the chair.
Really, and you're actually sitting like this, looking at them. You're actually just looking at them and you're just thinking, oh God, I'm so small.
And they're on like proper stable armchairs. And you're in the one sofa, your knees are touching your chin.
And if you're wearing a skirt, if you're gonna wear a skirt, wear tights.
Even Miss Viva's told us don't wear a skirt because if you sink low and they see the pants,
the respect is out the window.
That's it.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there. It's cool. They're like, you know, good, like, how did you find coming down?
Yeah.
Good evening. It was like 5 p.m. in the night. Then the questions started. Oh, my mind. Some of the questions they were asking, I said, wow, I've never even gone in that realm ever in my life. Like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, it was interesting, but I was nervous, and the way I was talking, like, basically I thought I blew it. I was like, don't worry, the next interview I'll do better, yeah? Okay, remember how I said I sent in Tudor England, yeah? An essay on Tudor England. I didn't know much. So I'm sitting outside my tutor, who's funnily enough my senior tutor now. Sitting outside my tutor's interview office, yeah? I'm just looking around, oh, what are the things that he's interested in? Tudor England. I said, oh wow, let me look at another.
He's going to grill you.
Henry VIII. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh wow. The Reformation. Jeez. Tudor England .2. Tudor England .3. I said, well, Oxford may not be for me in that instance. I said, no, God. I said, wow, I'm really...
That's so funny.
And I said, the sad thing is, I was like, oh, I'm going to do well in this interview. His entire study was Tudor. In fact, I later found out it was his speciality was Tudor England.
Oh, jeez, like his PhD.
His all of his like research, you know, was really Tudor England.
That's an issue.
And then the guy came out, and then the guy was like, it's your turn. I said, well, if you're going to walk to hell, walk with confidence. Walk with confidence. So I now sat down in that low chair, even more nervous than I was the day before. And the questions, I mean, they really went. They were like, oh, so like, obviously, you know, such and such happened in this year. I
didn't know that.
I didn't know, but inform me in it. You know what I mean? And I was just generally really, really nervous. And yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't bad in the sense that it was like, they expect you to know stuff. It's more like, we're going to give you the information. Even if you don't know anything, it's not that deep. They'll honestly be like, oh, okay, this is what happens, but what do you think about this now that you've been fed with this new information? So it wasn't that bad. And there was two of them in both, there's two in, and normally one takes like a passive role that's like writing notes and stuff, but don't be like faced by that at all. It's just like so they can compare notes afterwards and like talk about your application. So I was like, yeah, cool, that was my interview over. I went back to my room. I didn't even go back to like common room to talk to anybody because I was like, I really messed that one up. I really messed it up. Tudor England, okay? I said I didn't know anything and I really sent it there.
See?
And they really had a copy of my essay there.
Yeah, that's the thing. They will bring out your essay and they'll have it in front of you and they'll be like, in your essay, flip page, you said they've underlined what you said. So know what you put in your essay. Keep your own copy. Know what you put in your essay. I think you even have to... Do you have to send them the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to send them the original, but make a photocopy for yourself.
Yeah.
and know what you said, because they will question, why did you word this like this? What do you think that this is an accurate argument?
Not even just that, but they will then ask you, have you changed your mind since then? Because you sent it quite early, and they think, well, like, you've done a bit of your course now, so surely you should be progressing.
These times you only sent it about 4 weeks before, you know. In terms of my interview experience, it was a something. Did you only have 2 interviews?
Everyday story, yeah.
I had 3. So basically, I missed my train. I missed my train to get from King's Cross to Cambridge. I now had to take a train that was coming 20 minutes later, and the train was not the express or the direct train. It was the train that goes all around the houses. So I was really late. I was late by about 10 minutes. When I say I ran up the stairs to this supervisor's office, I leapt. And then I get there and his door is closed. And usually it's meant to be open. So his door is closed, so I'm thinking, yeah, that's it. It's the end. Before it's even started, I've now wasted like £30 getting trained here. I'm sitting there and I hear pita pata feet. And I'm like, who's this coming up the nonsense stairs? It's probably the next interview candidate. And it's the man that's meant to be interviewing me. He's like, sorry, I'm late. Are you Courtney? And I'm like, you don't have to be sorry. Don't worry about it. Take your time. He's like, have you been waiting for long? Just a little bit. These times I'm still out of breath from leaping up these stairs to meet him. So yeah, I was very blessed in that instance that my interviewer was later than I was. Get in there. This guy's now asking me about how much can you now convince people if you what can you do to make sure people vote in the right way? I'm just sitting there looking at him like, I take it this is the politics interview. I'm not here for this reason. So he was just there like, oh yeah, asking me all these political questions, talking about civil rights. So I was like, listen, bruv, like, I know this stuff. So he's now asking me questions I really don't know. It's your own. I don't know. So yeah, like, there's definitely that. Then my next interview rolled around about 30 minutes later. I think that was my sociology interview, and that's when they grilled me on the essays which I sent them, because it was 2 sociology essays. They ask you a lot, like, has your mind changed since? Have you seen the flaws in your argument? Why did you think this is a strong argument? And to be honest, just be honest, just be real. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. Yeah. Next interview came, it was my anthropology and archaeology interview. They gave me this picture. What does this picture tell you? As these times it's some black man standing next to an aerial. I'm kidding. I don't know. But yeah, like, yeah, so that was my 3rd interview. And then this test came. I had to sit the thinking skills assessment right after that. And then right after that, I had the 40-minute essay writing. And that was it. So that was all in one day. Like, yours was over 2 days. Mine was all in one day. So like, I had 3 interviews and 2 tests in one day. And so yeah, that can sometimes be intense. And you will feel tired and you will go home and you really might cry. So that's what I did. After that, you just wait to get the letter.
The waiting game, and like, wow, the waiting game is a lot.
Yeah, and after, like, once you get that letter saying you were accepted or you were pulled and now you've got an offer, the weight gets so much heavier after that, because now every day you're going to sixth form knowing I need to get these grades, and everything you do, every step you do becomes calculated to, you know, if I don't get this mark in my coursework, this is how much I'm going to need to get in my exam in order to get the A star that I need. And sadly, if you're the type of person who will get the offer which is like from Cambridge, you need A star in this subject specifically, it's gonna be a bit of a hell, because it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hellish.
Man said hellish, you know. But trust me, it's not gonna compare to even like our undergrad anyways. So.
Oh yeah, and then you're gonna look back on it and you're gonna be like, right, that was so easy. Yeah, definitely. That's all we did to get into Oxbridge, and definitely, like, our school was not known or experienced in sending people to Oxford.
Do you remember the practice interviews they gave us? When I tell you, the practice interviews were absolutely nothing like the real.
You guys think that when we come to interviews, that you're gonna sit there and they're gonna ask you, if I threw this phone out of the window, how would you?
Hey, God.
They don't ask you that.
They don't ask.
They don't ask you that unless you're like an engineer or something. I don't know.
That's your own.
That's your own.
that's
But like, they will ask you Like they won't ask you really about current affairs. Maybe like recently they might ask you if you're going into politics or sociology or economics about the EU referendum or something like that. But they, like for me, they weren't asking me about who's Angela Merkel, who is Obama. Did you remember what they were asking us? Who do you think is more powerful in today's society? Obama, Angela Merkel, or Kanye West? Who the hell is Angela Merkel? That was both. We both looked at the woman like. We
came out baffled.
Who's Angela?
Angela Merkel. Because you know, obviously back in the day we were just
uneducated.
Uneducated.
Yeah.
Uneducated.
And in my exam, nothing like that ever came up.
Nope.
So.
It's the way you think most of all.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like some of these tutors will be major ops on purpose. Like. They'll probably agree with your argument, but they will take the other side of the argument just to push you.
And they will they will push you. So why do you think this? Okay, elaborate on this. Well, then if we add this new part to the argument or to the evidence, what do you think now? And it's almost gonna push you to the edge where you're gonna be like, rah, like they keep asking me these questions because obviously I'm getting it wrong. And trust me, they're pushing you because they know that you have a possibility of getting it right. They never push you if they really see that you're struggling, you're confused, and you're sitting there like, I'm gonna break down and cry. They'll never push you. But if you're showing them that you're thinking in the right sort of way, they won't tell you whether you're getting it wrong or right, but they'll just keep asking you more and more questions, if this, if that. And that's how you kind of know that the interview's kind of going well. If you go into your interview, if you go into your interview and your interview is legit 3 minutes, you're finished. You're really not getting in.
Or maybe you've just been so amazing that they're like, well, we don't need to ask you anymore.
No, because how much knowledge can you drop in that? Nah. These are people who have read books upon books, wrote books
They've written
upon
the
books. Exactly.
That you sent your essay on.
So they're gonna also really, really search who's going to interview you, because if you're very not careful, you will find a person who's written a book that you said you've read, or you've done a subject that this person is specialised in. Now you're here doing
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you get what I mean? So research who is interviewing you. Always smile. If you don't know what it is, just say like, I don't know. I don't really know. Could you possibly give me more information on what that is? Or and
also don't be afraid to be like, can I take a couple of seconds out to think about that? That was my bar for the whole don't be upset if you can't answer straight away. A lot of the time this is like Cambridge or Oxford. The questions that they're going to ask you, you can't just formulate a response just like that. They're going to expect you to actually think, because they want thinkers. They don't want people to come in who know everything. So like they want you to be able to take a second and think, can I just think about that for a minute? Yeah. Just have the pensive look.
Just don't just look at them like can you imagine looking at you like. That's how we got into Oxford and Cambridge. Yes, black people do get into Oxford, they do get into Cambridge.
Also, and don't think that it's just grades. Grades is just like a part of the application process, part of the waiting. Like obviously it is really important, but they do take into account contextual factors, so like your postcode and progression to Oxford, Cambridge from your school. Interview is a big one, like genuine interest for the subject, because I promise you they will take, when it comes down to it, when you've got, you know, man like Bob and man like Michael, they've got similar grades coming from similar places, and then Bob is telling you like, oh yeah, I'm coming here because like, you know, it's Oxford or it's Cambridge, and then Michael's telling you like, oh, I love the subject, I'm sorry Bob, like it's about time that you left, do you know what I mean? Like, it's time for you to go. So genuine interest for your subject, and make sure like even within your subject you research the bits that really interest you, so that comes across. And you know, like, and say it. Make sure you show that you have actually researched this thing you're saying you're interested in, and you should be doing good, you know. Should be good. Yeah. Best of luck to you guys in your like coming applications for university, just in general. Yeah. So yeah, bye guys. Bye guys. Bare moist.